What you mean I have to pay child support because the kids don't live with me? You took them. You would not allow me to see the child, and you're trying to charge me for a child that you won't allow me to see. Make that make sense. That's like having a car that you can't drive. You want me to pay child support, and you are alienating the child away from me. What sense does that make? This is why us men have to fight this corrupt system of child support. This why.
Okay, so look, you finally started to get your groove back. You moved on, you met somebody new, and for one hot second, it felt like you could finally exhale. And then the foolishness starts. The phone calls drop, the weekends get canceled, the excuses start piling up. All of a sudden, that little piece of joy that you found is getting choked out by a whole lot of drama. The minute you started seeing someone new, your ex, or maybe their new partner decided to declare war. And the part that breaks your whole heart, they're using your babies as the main weapon. Listen to me, you are not tripping. You are not being too sensitive. This is a classic nasty little manipulation tactic, and it's all about punishing you for daring to be happy again. It's a power trip where your right to see your own kids is what they're betting with. So if you've ever felt that pit in your stomach, this is for you.
So let me tell you how I went from a full-time dad to a FaceTime visitor because of a dude that don't even share DNA with my kids. Me and my baby mama don't always agree, but I always showed up. Every weekend, every birthday, every scraped knee, I was there. Until she got a new boyfriend with a beard and opinions. I don't feel comfortable with your baby daddy around. Comfortable? Bro, you met her like 6 months ago. And now you're telling me that I need clearance to come be a father. I ain't never put my hands on my baby mom. I ain't never disrespect my baby mom in a way that she felt disrespected. I always showed up whenever she needed me to show up. I was always there. Always. I just want to see my kids smile at the end of the day. And now she telling me because of this nigga that she needs space away from me. Telling me that I can't come over to the house no more to see my kids. Basically making me seem like a side character in my kid's life. Fellas, some of us are fighting demons that we didn't even create just to be the fathers that we promised to be. And girl, if he really loved you or really cared about you, he would not come in between you and the father of your kids when it comes to co-parenting. This ain't about drama. This is about fathers missing important moments in their kid's life because of a dude who suddenly thinks he has a say. You weak too for letting the nigga do it.
We're going to call this toxic mess out for what it is, and I'm going to give you the exact steps you need to take to handle it without losing your mind or your relationship with your children. Now, let's be clear. When a new girlfriend or boyfriend pops up and suddenly seeing your kids becomes a negotiation, this is not a coincidence. This is a calculated move. This has nothing to do with what's best for the children. It's about control, jealousy, and some old bitter feelings. And you know who gets hurt the most? Your child, who's stuck in the middle of a loyalty tug of war they never asked to be in. You're sitting there feeling powerless, mad, and heartbroken, but you are not powerless. The game is rigged, but you don't have to play by their rules. So why does this even happen? Why would your ex or some new person egging them on stoop this low? Getting the psychology behind the crazy is the first step to getting your power back. First, let's call it what it is: parental alienation. And that's just a fancy way of saying somebody is deliberately trying to turn your own child against you. It can be little slick comments, straight up bad-mouthing you, or telling flat-out lies to make your kid doubt you. The new partner might be feeling threatened, insecure, or just plain jealous. Seeing you happy is a reminder of what your ex doesn't have. Or it's something this new person is scared they can't control. So they create chaos to make themselves important. And now you're all stuck in the toxic triangle where they think they're running things. And the moves are always the same. They start listening in on your calls with the kids or grilling them about your new partner afterward or following all of your friends on your Instagram page, inboxing them. And next thing you know, your own child is repeating some mess about you that you know didn't come from their own head. Mommy says she's lonely when I'm with you. Or daddy's new friend doesn't want us over there. Child, those are not your child's feelings. This is a poison being planted by a grown, insecure person. They'll also try to sabotage your time. All of a sudden, every single pickup is a problem. The kids are sick, there's a last-minute birthday party, or the new partner just happened to plan a special family day that lands right on your weekend. Every excuse is meant to make you feel like you're on the outside looking in, like your time with your own child is a favor, not a right. Now, let me be very clear. A person who does this does not care about your child's well-being. Children need stability and to feel loved by both parents, period. Using a child like a pawn is emotional abuse, and it causes deep, lasting damage like anxiety, depression, and trust issues down the line. They are forcing your child to feel like loving you is a betrayal of their other parent. This isn't about you being a bad parent. This is about their own issues and their sad attempt to control you. So what do? How do you fight a war you never signed up for?
I do not understand the notion of she will not let me see my kids because, Sir, when was the last time that you showed up to the place of exchange pursuant to the court order, right? With or without the court order, you have a constitutional right to be a parent to your child, okay? So if there's not a court order, go get a court order, right? And if there is a court order, then enforce the court order. The same thing that moms do whenever they want to be having certain parental rights to their children or getting child support or getting a more sophisticated custody. I mean, you go to court, you file a case if you can't get through to your co-parent. I don't get it. I understand y'all are going to comment with the what ifs. What if she blocked me? What if I show up and she still doesn't? Okay, sir. I get it. There are legitimate cases where there are parents withholding the child from the other parent. But the point is that there can be relief sought from the court as well. If, it's just like, for me, if that was me, okay, parent to parent, and if the other parent was not letting me see my kid, you bet your ass I would be going to court and I would be raising hell and saying, I need time with my child. Whether or not I can get through to the other parent, I will bring those issues up. And I will have the same rights that the other parent has. But it's just, to me, when I hear a parent complaining about she won't let me see my kids, and that's just their narrative for years, I'm like, how bad do you even want to see your kids? Because I'm consulting with half of these moms out here, and they are just begging and crying for y'all to just even take these kids for a weekend.
Listen, it's not about fighting fire with fire. It's about you becoming the calm in their storm. Here are 5 things you need to start doing right now. Number 1 is to get your receipts, and I mean all of them. This right here is your secret weapon. Get a notebook, use an app, I don't care, but you document every single thing. Every time they deny a visit, every slick text message, every time your child says something that sounds like it came straight from your ex's mouth, write down the date, the time, and what happened. Be factual, no emotion. For example, August 16th, 2025, 6 p.m., scheduled pickup denied, ex texted, the kids want to go to the movies with me and my new partner instead. This is the 3rd weekend in a row my time has been blocked. This ain't for them, boo. This is for you. And if you have to, it's for that judge. It shows a pattern of their foolishness that's hard for them to lie their way out of it. If this thing goes to court, that logbook will be your best friend.
The first thing that you need to do, whether you have a child that's on the way, which we'll talk about in a second, or if you already have a child who is here, with someone. The first thing that you need to make sure that you are fully aware of is what are the rules and the laws in your state. And every state has their own different laws. Every state has their own procedures and processes. So that is literally going to be your step one. And so figuring out what you need to do in order to establish your rights in your state is going to be really important. So for example, the state of Georgia has a whole legitimation process before you can even ask for custody if you are a father. Some other states have a similar process. Some states have a process where you only need to file a petition to establish your parental relationship with your kids. So knowing what the process is in your state is step number one. First thing you need to do.
Number 2, make your house the peace palace. You cannot control your ex. You definitely can't control their new partner. Trying to have a logical conversation with illogical people will drive you crazy. What you can control is your home and your time with your kids. Your house needs to be the drama-free zone, the sanctuary. When you get your kids, make it count. Be there. Be happy. Be fun. Don't you fall into their trap and start asking your kids a million questions about what's going on at their other house. And don't you dare badmouth their ex or their partner, no matter how much you want to. All that does is put your child in the middle and prove the other side right when they try to say that you're the problem. Your job is to be the stable, loving parent. Let your actions shut down their nonsense. Over time, your child will see the difference between a peaceful home and a tense one. Number 3, keep it cute and keep it brief. Limit how much you talk to your ex, especially if the new partner is always jumping in the middle of your conversations. Keep all your communication sounding like a business email, straight to the point and only about the kids. If you can, get on one of those co-parenting apps. They keep a record of everything and take the emotion out of it, which is perfect for court. Do not get into it over text or on the phone. They send you a long, crazy message trying to get you riled up. Don't you take the bait. You wait until you're calm and you reply with just the facts. A simple, as per the court order, I will be there at 6 p.m. to pick up the children, is 1,000 times more powerful than a paragraph defending yourself. They're looking for a reaction. Don't give them the satisfaction. Number 4, know your rights and don't be scared to use them. That parenting plan or custody agreement, that's a legal document. And let's be clear, this new person has no legal say-so on it. They can't just decide that you don't get your kids. They can't block you from talking to your ex about your children. Now, listen to me. Listen good on this. While that new person has no direct power, if their presence is creating a toxic, harmful situation for your child, a judge can take that into consideration when making decisions. So if your court order is constantly being ignored, you need to call a lawyer. A lawyer can send one letter that can scare them straight. If that doesn't work, you might have to file a motion for contempt. Judges do not play when it comes to violating custody orders and parental alienation. They can enforce the schedule, order therapy, or even change custody to protect the child. Setting boundaries also means you gotta be firm. If the new partner tries to tell you when to pick the kids up, you can say politely but with your chest, "Thanks, but my co-parenting conversations are with my ex. I'll be sticking to our legal agreement." Now, your kids are so confused right now. They might feel guilty for loving you or for having fun at your house. You have to talk to them about it in a way they can understand. You can say something like, "I know things are weird sometimes, but I need you to know it's okay to love your mom and love your dad. You never have to pick. I love you, and nothing and nobody will ever change that." If your child says something negative that sounds coached, don't get defensive. Acknowledge the feeling, but fix the story. If they say, "Mommy is sad when I'm with you," you can say, "I'm sorry she feels that way, but I need you to know how happy I am when you are here. My time with you is the best part of my week." This reminds them that your love is a sure thing. It shows them that your relationship with them is a source of joy, not the course of someone else's drama. Trying to get through this is hard, and you can feel so alone, but you are not alone in this fight. If any of this sounds like your life, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I talk about all this high conflict stuff and how to protect your peace through it all. And it's not just for women, it's for men too. And please tell your story in the comments. Not only does this help the community and help to get it out, but your experience might be the very thing someone else needs to see to keep going today. So let's build the whole community of support right here. Now, the truth is, when a person shows you they're willing to use a child to play emotional games, you need to believe them. That's who they are. You can't fix them, but you can control you by keeping your receipts, creating a peaceful home, communicating like a boss, and standing on your legal rights. You're not just fighting back. You're showing your children what strength, class, and real love looks like. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I know there will be good days and bad days, but your consistency, your peace, and your unshakable love are the lighthouse that will get your babies through this storm. They will see who the safe parent is. They will remember who kept them out of the mess. And at the end of the day, truth and love always win. You've got this. You have the power to rise above this drama and build a bond with your children that no amount of foolishness can ever break.
She won't let me be a dad. I've heard this way too many times. I know some situations are real, and there's some really sticky situations and some co-parenting situations that it ain't really that peaceful, and the mothers really have used the children as a weapon. That is a reality. But let's be honest, the majority of the time, that's just us. It is real situations like that that come often. But majority of the time, the reason why there's like that and it's beef and they had to move and you can't see the kids and it's a beef is because of us. And we're going to dad this thing, she won't let me. Because everything else we wanted in this life, somehow, the job we wanted, it didn't just let us have it. We worked hard, we sacrificed, we did whatever we could. That car we wanted, you didn't walk in a dealership and they just let you have it. We're not going to all of a sudden, when it comes to our children, lose our passion and our zeal, lose our discipline and our hard work, so they can grow up messed up.